December 3rd, 1984. This date is forever etched in history as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of industrial negligence. On this fateful night, the city of Bhopal in central India became the epicenter of one of the world's worst industrial disasters. The Bhopal gas tragedy, as it came to be known, unveiled the catastrophic potential when industrial safety measures fail and corporate responsibility takes a back seat. The tragedy unfolded at the Union Carbide India Limited pesticide plant, a subsidiary of the American chemical giant Union Carbide Corporation. A leak of deadly methyl isocyanate gas and other toxic chemicals into the atmosphere unleashed a silent killer upon the unsuspecting populace of Bhopal. Over 500,000 people were exposed to the lethal gas cloud, and the immediate death toll climbed into the thousands. Bhopal, the city of lakes, was a bustling metropolis in the heart of India. Known for its rich history and vibrant culture, Bhopal had opened its arms to industrial development. In the 1960s, the Indian government, eager to promote industrial growth and self-sufficiency, welcomed Union Carbide to establish a pesticide plant in the city. The plant, intended to produce pesticides and help boost India's agricultural sector, was initially hailed as a symbol of progress. It promised employment opportunities and economic prosperity for the region. However, over time, concerns about safety practices and potential risks began to surface. Some employees and residents living near the plant voiced their apprehensions, but their warnings went largely unheeded. As the clock ticked past midnight on December 3rd, 1984, a series of operational failures and safety lapses at the Union Carbide plant set off a catastrophic chain of events. Water entered a storage tank containing methyl isocyanate, a highly toxic and reactive chemical. The ensuing exothermic reaction led to a rapid increase in temperature and pressure inside the tank. Around 1 a.m., the pressure reached a critical point and a safety valve meant to release excess pressure ruptured. Instead of being safely contained, tons of toxic methyl isocyanate gas, along with other poisonous chemicals, escaped into the atmosphere. The deadly gas cloud, heavier than air, swiftly descended upon the densely populated neighborhood surrounding the plant, catching residents asleep in their homes. The impact was immediate and horrific. The invisible gas, with its pungent, acrid odor, invaded homes, filling lungs with its deadly poison. People woke up choking and gasping for air, their eyes burning, their throats constricting. Panic-stricken residents stumbled out of their homes, desperate to escape the suffocating grip of the poisonous cloud. The streets of Bhopal transformed into a scene of chaos and despair. Thousands ran through the dark, blinded by the gas, their lungs burning with each desperate breath. Parents carried their coughing and vomiting children, searching for safety and medical aid. The air was thick with the stench of chemicals and the cries of the dying. Section 5. The unfolding tragedy, a legacy of disease and despair. The immediate aftermath of the gas leak was just the beginning of a protracted and agonizing ordeal for the people of Bhopal. The toxic gas left an indelible mark on the health of the survivors. Thousands who had inhaled the poisonous fumes suffered from a range of acute and chronic illnesses. Respiratory problems, eye damage, and skin diseases became disturbingly common. Pregnant women exposed to the gas suffered miscarriages or gave birth to babies with severe birth defects. The long-term effects of the gas exposure continued to surface in the years that followed, with an alarming increase in cases of cancer, neurological disorders, and respiratory illnesses among the survivors. Section 6. The fight for justice, a long and arduous journey. In the wake of the tragedy, the survivors of Bhopal began a long and arduous fight for justice. They demanded accountability from Union Carbide, seeking compensation for their suffering and the loss of their loved ones. The Indian government filed a lawsuit against Union Carbide in the United States, seeking billions of dollars in damages. The legal battle spanned decades, marked by complex legal arguments, political maneuvering, and emotional pleas for justice. The survivors, many of whom were already grappling with chronic health issues and economic hardship, faced an uphill battle against a powerful multinational corporation. Section 7. Union Carbide's response, a legacy marred by controversy. Union Carbide's response to the Bhopal disaster drew widespread criticism and ignited a global debate about corporate accountability. The company maintained that the disaster was caused by sabotage by a disgruntled employee, a claim vehemently disputed by the survivors and independent investigations. While Union Carbide did provide some initial financial assistance, its overall response was widely perceived as inadequate and insensitive. The company eventually agreed to a settlement of $470 million in 1989, a sum that many considered woefully insufficient given the scale of the tragedy and the long-term health consequences. Section 8. Global outcry and reform. The Bhopal tragedy's impact on industrial safety. The Bhopal gas tragedy sent shockwaves throughout the world, prompting a global outcry and calls for stricter industrial safety regulations. The disaster exposed the devastating consequences of lax safety standards, inadequate emergency preparedness, and the prioritization of profits over human life. In the aftermath of Bhopal, many countries reviewed and strengthened their industrial safety laws and regulations. The disaster served as a stark reminder of the importance of corporate responsibility, ethical business practices, and the need for robust regulatory frameworks to prevent similar tragedies. Section 9. Remembering Bhopal. A call for corporate accountability and everlasting vigilance. The Bhopal gas tragedy remains a poignant reminder of the human cost of industrial disasters and the importance of corporate accountability. It is a story of immense suffering, resilience, and the ongoing fight for justice. While the immediate crisis may have subsided, the long-term consequences of the disaster continue to plague the survivors and their families. The lessons learned from Bhopal must never be forgotten. We must remain vigilant in demanding corporate accountability, advocating for stricter safety regulations, and ensuring that such a tragedy never happens again. Let Bhopal serve as a constant reminder that the pursuit of profit must never come at the cost of human life.